Me and Austin are getting our house painted and we are super excited. I mentioned that in a few videos back that we were going to have that done. Now, we were not planning on having the house painted, having any boards replaced or anything like that, but Mom and Dad just had their house stained, and she has been trying to get her house stained for like 2 or 3 years, and it just hasn't happened. So she found someone, and they done really great work, and they were super nice, and then we thought, well, wonder if we should have them look at our house, because there were some boards that were very rotted, some boards that Olive had chewed on. Not all the way through, but she probably would have had she kept going. So some of those kind of felt like they were maybe a little bit dangerous and needed to be replaced. Now, this is not going to be me and Austin's forever home. We don't want to live here forever. Like, we would love to have a big farm one day with a lot of land to hunt and farm. But until then, we adore this house and we're so grateful for it. But this is the same, as far as we know, the same deck and siding and everything from 1980 when the house was built. So it just needs some maintenance and needs some care, and we want it to be nice while we're here. Of course, we want it to be nice for the people who live here in the future. So the first thing that me and Austin did was get some paint samples on the house and figure out what color we want the house painted. Now, I wish that this house had never been painted to start with. I would have much rather had it stained instead of painted, but the guy that we're having do this said that it would be so time consuming and much more expensive to get the paint off back to the wood to stain it. So I actually have some footage of us putting them on the house the first time.
Rookwood, dark brown. Just make us a little square. Cobble brown.
Austin says he already likes this one better. House paint and trim paint.
It's too much brown together.
I love brown.
This one is Homestead brown. It's an interesting brown. It says down home.
Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, pretty. Here is what we got, folks. There's definitely some differences in these browns. I don't know about that one right there. It's like it has this weird green gray tint. That one is like really brown, but I wonder if it's too dark. I wonder if that one is too light. I don't know. What do you think, Oz?
I'm not sure.
Come and give your opinion to the YouTube world.
I still don't think they're all quite dry, so I'm not sure. But initial impressions for me is that one's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
I think initial impressions are Chateau Brown for me.
See, it's almost like purplish grayish to me.
Is it?
Just a little.
The only reason that makes me not love that one as much is that I feel like it's got too much of a red hue to it. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Now, here are the next set of samples that we did. All of those turned out not only really dark, but those browns have a lot of red and orange in them, and I just did not want that. I'm a big brown person, and I think this color is really pretty, and that's this color. We painted a big swatch of that to see what it would look like next to some dark trim, but it's just too dark, and this just has way too much orange in it for my liking. I don't like that. So we got some more samples and thought we would try those. And this is the one we ended up going with. That is called Virtual Taupe. And then we also picked this one for the trim, which I will show you in a minute, because on the bathroom window, we painted just these two together so we could see them more. And that is called Urban Jungle. I just think that those will be much lighter, much nicer. That's just too dark, too dramatic, too extreme. I feel kind of silly buying, like, how many different colors is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 11 or 12 different colors. But we're going to paint the whole house, the whole deck, like everything is going to be in that color. So we wanted to be sure that that was the color that we wanted, because once it's painted that, there is no going back. And this will be, Lord willing, the only time we paint this house while we live here. Another thing that we had to think about, that it took me a couple days to realize this, is that our roof is blue tin. So we had to try to figure out, will these colors match some blue tin? They don't have to match perfect, but I was initially thinking, ooh, it'd be pretty to do a green, but green and blue do not go that well together. So we ended up with a brown. I probably like brown over green anyways, but I think that those colors, I think they just go really nice together and that they'll be good on the house. We're also gonna remove the shutters. And on this window that I'm about to show you where we've got the two paint colors together, those shutters have actually already been removed. I just do not like them. I think houses with shutters are pretty, like the real shutters that are like, that go horizontal instead of vertical like ours. I just don't like them. Just not a fan of them, so I thought, let's just take those off. And they definitely collect debris, and they are a great home for bats. We had a bat more towards the spring at night that you could come out and see, and he would be hiding in there, which is okay, I guess. I don't hate bats necessarily, but I do think they kind of mess up your house and stuff. So anyways, we're going to get rid of the shutters. Here is the virtual taupe in the urban jungle, and having those right next to each other, especially without the shutters there, you can really kind of see what it's going to look like. Of course, it's dirty behind the shutters because they've been up there all this time, but I think those colors look so nice together. I think it'll just look light and clean. It's a little bit darker than the blue that's currently there, but it's not too dark. One of those other colors that we had initially tried out would have been way too dark. But I'm just grateful that Austin and I are having the opportunity to pick a different color. Now, it's a little bit dirty right here because we've walked right here. You can see Olive's paw prints, but yesterday they came and they washed the house. Look how clean. So they pressure washed it with bleach, and it's so much cleaner. It's incredible. There was just, you know, this wood's just stained from years of being here in the elements, and look how clean it is. That looks so much better than it did. Just that alone almost makes it look like a new house. And of course, we've got everything off the deck. And when we put stuff back on the deck, I want to be kind of choosy with what we put back because it was kind of messy before. Just get like a better shelf for right here where we had stuff. Now you can see, oh, Olive's found a bug. No. Leave the bug alone. That's a stink bug. That will make you stink, girl. So you can see where they've replaced some boards. So this bottom half here was just rotted because it's just old. Olive is still trying to mess with the bug there. And you can see where she's leaning right there. They got that replaced. There's some up there that have been replaced. The bottom half of that's been replaced. All that you can see. Again, there's some up the front here that have been replaced up there. Another big thing is having this replaced. So this whole kind of bench here before was very rickety, and this thing, I could move this with my hand. And so they shored this up. You can see they put a board under there. They put more nails in. This thing no longer rocks, and that was a big deal because this was coming out this way, and then you couldn't shut this. You'd have to like push this back with your hand that way while trying to shut that. And that is a real pain if your hands are ever full, which mine 9 times out of 10 are if I'm coming or going. Now this shuts so easy. Replacing some of the old boards and just getting paint on the house will just preserve the house as much as we can and just, you know, ensure that it will have longevity into the future. And again, we don't want to be here forever. But the other thing is that, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, as they say, a couple years from now, whether we decided to rent or if we decided to sell it, any work that we do now would help us if we were going to sell it. And of course, it's nice too because this is still part of making it our own, you know, our own color, our own stuff in the house, our own furniture, all that kind of stuff is still part of making it our home together, and that's really special too. So it has been about a week and there's a little bit of paint on the house, and I want to show you, but it is so cold this morning. It is like 25 degrees here, and the day I'm filming this is October 20th. That is rare for it to be this cold this early, so I had to bundle up just to come out here. They got started yesterday, and there's some brown paint. That looks so nice. You can really see the difference here, of course, the brown versus the blue there. And they taped all the windows. The windows all around the house are taped, and the lights, which is really nice to just protect everything. You can see the side of the house there too. The top's already been painted, and I hadn't went up there yet, and they're here this morning, so I probably won't, so I stay out of their way. But all the shutters have been removed, and it looks like they've caulked some of the boards there. So I cannot wait to see this once it's done. Couple days later, and we've got more of the house painted. As you can see, I'm just so pleased. I think this looks so great. I knew that getting the house painted would make it look a lot nicer, just help preserve the wood, especially where it was rotted and the boards that needed to be replaced. But I cannot believe how much nicer this makes the house look. So you can see they've got this wall completed here, Even got the gutter there and the underside of the roof there. And this windowsill, the trim is just a little bit different than the rest of the house, and I think that just kind of breaks it up, gives it a little bit more dimension so it doesn't look too dark as just one whole color. Alright, I won't show it all just so we can save a little bit to the end, but the biggest thing that I like so far about the house being painted this color is that it just looks like it belongs here. So this light blue that we had before, it's a pretty color in and of itself, but it kind of looks like it belongs at the beach to me or something. It really kind of stuck out being up here in the mountains and all the trees. So this brown color just really looks like this house belongs here. It looks more natural to the landscape is what I'm trying to say. It's reveal day.
It's all done.
It's all done, and we're so excited to show you what it looks like because we are super excited and pleased with how it turned out.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Oh yeah.
Looks pretty good.
There it is. No more shutters, all brown. The window trim's just a little bit different. It sticks out some. You'll see as I take the camera closer. We are so pleased. We think it looks great. And like I said earlier in the video, this house looks like it belongs here in the woods instead of that really light blue color. Of course, they did the walkway and the deck, and it just looks so nice.
Except for all the leaves and sticks that have already blown on it, but
yeah,
other than that,
that's okay. What do you think, Olive? Do you like it? Do you like it? Huh?
yeah, I kind of like it. It's pretty cool.
You gonna let me in, Olive? Lead the way, Olive. Come on. This brown next to those leaves, of course, is just gorgeous. And it's hard to tell, but the boards up there, the fascia boards, I always say that wrong, are painted the same color as the trim. Just again to give it a little bit of dimension and break it up to where it's not all too dark. Looks great. So grateful that we were able to have it painted, and that so happy that they did such a great job. It makes our front entrance look so much better, but I think we should paint our front door. Or at least just put a little bit of brown in the square on the door there. It's a little sunny, sorry about that, but and you can see they built a box around the hoses and even painted that, which is nice. That'll just preserve the life of the mini splits, which is nice. We think it looks great.
Oh yeah. Much better than it did anyway.
Oh yeah. Gotta love these fall leaves there.
Oh yeah.
We feel like we got a brand new house.
That's right. New house, who dis?
Yeah. Now we want to take you upstairs and show you the top deck. Looks just as great as the rest of the house. I don't know that Olive's ever been on this deck before.
She has, but not a whole lot.
She's acting all excited.
There's really no reason for her to come out here, to be honest.
True. Chimney definitely looks good going up the side there.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
And here's the box that they did up here. They actually just finished this today. Austin's saying we gotta find a better use for this deck because we've really never had anything on it but the freezers. We need some deck furniture out here. Come out here and watch the sunrise. I want to show one last side of the house here. We're just so pleased with how it turned out. I know we've said that 100 times, but can't help it. We're just so grateful. It looks so nice. See Olive creeping over there. Alright, that pretty much concludes this video. We're so happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, I think it looks great. We're pretty pleased with everything.
Thank you for watching. God bless you and keep you, and we'll see you on the next video. Let's talk about life.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I need you to just hang off the back with me. Just completely. I just need you to stand in the air. Can you do that? Austin's going over the deck. Just kidding. Okay. Race you. Ha! I'm gonna win. You gonna be in this? Austin's shy, so he's hiding. It's his first day of school. Just kidding. Okay.
Alternate. Pick your story. Choose your story. You ever read one of them books?
Read what books?
Like choose your storyline.
No?
Where it's got like all these different storylines you can pick from. It says if you choose this, go to page 39. Blah blah blah.
No.
Never read one like that?
No.
Huh. I can tort myself unnaturally real quick.
Yeah. Are you scared of the dark?
No.
Do you need a nightlight?
I have a nightlight.
I know. I just want to say like a little bit of something here.